So dumb.
We have to get through this. We can't change our minds now. We'll just make a magazine. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's news. My name is Johnny. Our first story today will be on Al Capone. He is the biggest bootlegger of our decade. He sells multi-millions of dollars of alcohol every single year. So he's also been accused of being a murderer, although he has never been charged. His most well-known scandal was the St. Valentine's Day Massacre of last year. Capone was born in Brooklyn, New York. He once met Torrio, who was an owner of a notorious gambling operation. Once Torrio found out Al Capone's power, they immediately became best friends. After they had become best friends, they started working together on gambling. Once gambling became not enough money for them, they began selling alcohol. This made them millions of dollars every year, hundreds of millions of dollars every year, the most anyone had ever made, ever. Despite all of Capone's faults against humanity, he has not yet been convicted of a crime.
Yo, Johnny. How you doing?
Tommy?
My name's Tommy. This just in, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new phenomena coming on in the 20s, and women are starting to take their own roles. Men are starting to take notice that these women in certain speakeasies are starting to express themselves by doing much more manly things than we're used to. For example, they're starting to smoke and wear higher dresses on the legs. These dresses go like as high as they're getting, am I right, Johnny?
Yeah, you're right. Very true. In other news, this upcoming October, the film The Jazz Singer will be the first film to have live singing. Join Al Jolson and Mae McAvoy in a story about a young runaway trying to make it as a famous jazz star, but is constricted by the demands of his home and heritage. This 89-minute film will have the first lip-synchronous singing and speech. Make sure you run down to your local theater and buy a ticket for the low price of 25 cents. And here we have a clip of Mr. Al Jolson singing. Let's take a look.
Mammy, the sun shines east, the sun shines west, but I know where the sun shines best. Mammy, Mammy, my heartstrings.
And now for your daily sports score. Yesterday on the Diamond, the Yankees absolutely schooled the Red Sox. The storied rivals played 9 hard-fought innings in New York, but the Yankees came out on top with a score of 7-1. Babe Ruth went 2 for 3 with a home run to help the team effort. Oh, thank you for that update, Johnny.
Uh-oh, it's time to phone the parents, because it seems idiotic children have cut holes in their sheets and are now roaming in the streets like it's Halloween. The Ku Klux Klan is an organization that has a white supremacist agenda. The KKK has made its appearance in 1866 and disappeared in the 1870s, but has now unfortunately reappeared. Nationally, it has exceeded 4 million members and not only has hostility with African Americans, but has added bias against Roman Catholics, Jews, and the foreigners. The KKK had one last growth spurt in 1928 when Alfred E. Smith received the Democratic presidential nomination. We are hoping for the popularity to die down in the 1930s.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Are you tired of your spaghetti and your crackers being room temperature? Introducing the refrigerator.
It's cool.
We are now very privileged to have the Manasseh Mauler, Jack Dempsey, with us on the show today.
I'm really happy to be here today, Tina.
So, Jack, you've had a long and successful career so far. Can you tell us a little bit about how your 48 career wins have felt so far?
Well, mostly they hurt, but the feeling after those wins, totally worth it.
Take us through the recent thrilling win against Jess Willard to become the world heavyweight champion. Jack.
Well, Tina, best day of my life. When he resigned after the third round, guess he couldn't just handle my anymore.
How long do you think you will be able to keep your world title?
Probably forever. I am the best after all, and now that I have the title, I have proof.
Thank you so much for speaking with us today. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Tina. Yep. Yeah, the lettuce is in the bag. Oh, we're on air? All right, gotta go, Mom. Love you. So, the increase in car production turned a big tide. People began to demand better ways of travel around with their cars, thus the creation of Route 66. The route was an American icon. Its very basis came from roads throughout multiple states. After the road was built, its use rapidly increased, and because of the onset traffic, improved it gradually. Yeah, Mom, I'm still here. All right, just like one more minute. Hold on. Post-war travel stops began popping up like wildflowers along the Route 66, such as diners and motels. It was too small, unsafe, and outdated. In the end, interstates replaced Route 66. However, it was still a historic place many people go and see.
Now we have a piece on the Sacco and Vanzetti trials. Nicolai Sacco was born in the Italian town of Torremaggiore on April 22nd, 1891. Sacco found work in a shoe factory in Massachusetts when he came to America. Sacco also became involved in left-wing politics, and at an anarchist meeting, he met Spaghetti. Spaghetti was an Italian immigrant working as a fish peddler in Plymouth. Then Spaghetti and Sacco became best friends, and they often attended many left-wing politic meetings together. However, they were very sadly sentenced to death in the charge of murdering someone, and they were executed in 1927. Speaking of murder, have you been murdered recently? Well, you need a Band-Aid. Are you having problems with dying in your sleep? Don't worry, you can put a Band-Aid on it. Are you having problems stubbing your toe? The Band-Aid can fix this issue as well. Have you ever fallen down the stairs? It hurts a lot, right? Well, the Band-Aid can also fix this problem. Fine, oh no. Alright.
Hello, Mr. Alexander Palmer. Thank you for coming on the air with us tonight. I was wanting to talk to you about the Palmer raids.
Hello, Vinny. Thank you for having me on. Yeah, ask me any questions you'd like.
Firstly, can you tell our viewers what the Palmer raids were?
Yeah, well, in 1919 and 1920, the U.S. Department of Justice tried to arrest foreign anarchists, who are foreigners who oppose any form of government. Communism, which is a political government system based on single party, ruled by a dictatorship, and radical leftists, also known as left-wing, is a form of politics and support social equality and egalitarianism. This whole thing was led by me.
So, why did you get involved?
Well, I encouraged the raids in hope that they would advance my presidential ambitions by showing that I am powerful enough to achieve something so big in our country, and to get rid of the bad things that were scaring off innocent Americans.
So we have time for about one more question. So what happened after the campaign started?
So I believe the anarchist campaign continued on for about another 12 years.
Well, thank you again, Palmer, for speaking with us. It's been a real pleasure.
It's been a great time, hasn't it? Psst, we're on air.
New technology blooming In the Roaring 20s. With more leisure time and need for entertainment, things like vacuums and refrigerators boomed. When the radio was created and improved, it first priced around a whopping $400 to $800. As cars were more in demand, the Ford Company started an assembly line in its factory. Jobs became easier and required less labor. A superstellar invention was the TV. The first picture to be shown on it was one of a moving boy on screen. Diet trends of eating less fats and meats were soon popular, leading to an increase in demand for fruits and vegetables. However, America saw its downside due to these convenient things. People became lazy and too relaxed in luxury, leading to depression.
And to round off today's news, we have a piece on baseball in the 1920s. No sport was bigger in the 1920s than America's pastime, baseball. Baseball was mostly popularized by the widespread use of the radio in the 20s. Thousands of families tuned in to hear the exciting action of the ball game for the first time.
No, Grandma. No, the peanut butter's
Other
in the bag.
average people who saw massive wage growth and increased wealth in the 1920s flocked to massively built stadiums that cost millions. Baseball's biggest draw in the 20s was the great Bambino Babe Ruth. Ruth captivated fans, hitting home run after home run, truly a sight to behold. The league itself was also remade in the 20s, as teams for the next 30 years were formed.
That's all, folks.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me? Don't look at me.
Maybe I shouldn't be in the shot. Hello, I am Larry. No. Are you ready? Despite all of Capone's crimes...
Johnny.
Hi, Tommy.
So my name's Tommy. This just in, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new phenomenon coming on in this Roaring 20s. Dang it!
And May McAvoy.
You can't say all those dumb names and expect me, like, not to start laughing.
Are you still rolling?
Yeah. Can we just leave Anthony in turmoil over there while you go?
No, we cannot leave Anthony in turmoil. Anthony. Tommy! I don't even know your own name. Alright.
Alec, you bet your paper.
Camera right there. See that one right there, Johnny?
Oh, look at that, Tommy.
My name's Timmy.
No, it was Tommy! This 89-minute film... And now for your daily sports score. Yesterday on the Diamond, the Yankees absolutely schooled the Reds. Anthony! That was pretty good, though. This is really cancer, no.
We gotta get at least over.
Anthony, what are you doing? Alright. Ready?
Oh no!
Are you tired of your spaghetti and your... Are you tired of literally everything falling on the ground?
It's cool.
Oh, that was the most awful thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh!
That is like frozen too.
Can I actually do that?
No.
I don't want to do this.
Why did you
This is gonna be posted, and our entire class is gonna watch it.
suggest